Welcome to Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, the wildest mixed tag team in podcasting, where the kayfabe drops and the chaos takes over. Let's ring the damn bell.
Headlocks tight, heels on the prowl, dropping elbows, hearing growl, feel the foul. No script here, just real, no bluff. Kayfabe crack, now the dirt gets rough. Headlocks, heels, havoc in the zone. Step in the ring, chaos at your home. No filters, no mask, just raw pants on. Wrestling unscripted, we on the throne. Title bells, mic checks, crowd going crazy. Drop truth bombs, leaving lines feeling hazy. Beyond the kayfabe, past the charade, where legends are born and stories get made. Headlocks, stop it, who's hitting the mat? Welcome to the Havoc, where the real talk's at. Tune in, step through, leave the fake at the door. Headlocks, heels, Havoc, now hear the roar.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am, of course, one half of the greatest tag team in this podcasting business. It's me. It's the LEGEND. With me, as always, is everybody's favorite uncle and my favorite tag team partner, Uncle Slam.
What's up, family?
And to round out this little four horsemen sort of reunion here, we got the bad guy JD.
Hey yo.
And we got the man that was representing our JJ Dillon, Andrew the bald guy with his drink. Unfortunately, I don't have no purple toad tonight, brother. But
purple toad, I was calling it the purple frog earlier. So
yeah, you were.
Cheers.
Oh, it's some good stuff. It's some good stuff.
All right. Appreciate you asking me on. I don't even know what the subject's going to be tonight, guys. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
I've got some little stuff to put up, and we'll just talk about the little bit of news in the wrestling world and everything.
Okay.
Just opinion based, this, that, and the other. But no, I just want to say I'm glad everybody's here tonight, man. I appreciate everybody being on, especially being last minute and everything. But yeah, anytime you want to come on, Andrew, JD's been, a guest on the recaps. Anytime you want to come on.
Appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you. I'm a lurker. I watch your show every so often when I catch it on, and some of the guests you've been having on, you do top notch stuff, my friend.
I appreciate it. And I know Uncle Slam does too. I'll let him speak for himself. Yep. But yeah, we just try to give out a good product, and I got to thank everybody too, because I know we talked about it a little bit on the last match, but thank you everybody who went and looked at the TikTok. It's Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, but man, you sent one of our videos over 4,000 views, and it's still climbing slowly but surely. But hey, we appreciate everybody who stopped by. I don't care if it was for 20 seconds or 2 seconds. We appreciate you, all the shares. I believe it was shared out about 20 something times, a bunch of conversation on it. We appreciate that. We just appreciate the love that everybody's been showing Headlocks here lately. And, just to let these other two guys, we'll let them shout out their shows and stuff and everything before we go into the wrestling portion. So we'll let the new guest go first, Mr. Andrew.
Hi, guys. Andrew Pleto here, the bald guy. I am the face who runs the place over at Popcorn and Whiskey. Also, I have top fitness strategies for fitness over 50, the guys who want to work out at home and get healthier at home, one of those kind of things. But the show that I do for fun is Popcorn and Whiskey, and have several of you guys have been guests on here. Uncle Slam, you got to be a guest on my show sometime too. I'd love to have you on.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to come on.
Yeah, and we just talk about whatever. Like earlier tonight, I had JD on, and we were talking about all kinds of different topics. And I don't do hardly any prep work at all for my show. It's all ad lib and go. Just what is it? What is it?
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Gas on the 100 miles an hour. Gas full throttle. Whatever. Just go.
There you go.
JD comes on and rules me back a little bit, so because he's the professional. So there you go. Well, we have a good time.
I was going to say you do the fitness over 50, man. I ain't too far off from. I'm gonna have to give you a phone call, man.
You guys are all the young kids. What the heck? He was.
I don't feel too old or too young.
Man, I'm telling you, I got a year and a half, and then I'm gonna have to hit you up because I'm gonna be 50 and I'm gonna need some fitness.
There you go. All right.
Not me.
Maybe you should
I'm in my
start now.
prime.
Right.
He's in his prime.
Do my Jane Fonda workouts here while I'm sitting down. Nah. All right, JD, tell us about your show and where everybody can find you, buddy.
Yeah, Mayhem Media. We do all entertainment, not just wrestling, wrestling too, but all entertainment. We have a Marvel Cinematic Universe series going on that all three of these guys are a major part of. So we'll be back with that Saturday, July 11th. So tune into us live at 8 p.m. and tune into that, as well as After the Dragon, our show that follows Game of Thrones, HBO's Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. So that's going on, although we're doing it before the show. So we'll be on Sunday afternoons before the actual show comes on.
Featuring the newest member to the podcast world, my son.
Absolutely. Yes. Oh, Theorist. Yes. He has been my one guest so far. And hopefully I'm going to have some others. But yeah, he says he's locked in for the whole series, and he's getting into the universe and trying to figure it all out before we get to the next episode. So
that's my boy. I had to plug him.
And let me just say that his work ethic, I don't care, you could say watching TV, you still have to, when you have a family and work, you still have to find the time to be able to like research and watch the show that you want to do a podcast on and stuff. So he's really got all
from his mama.
Yeah. He's really gone all in though with it. So
Uncle Slam knows.
Really good.
How old is he? How old is he?
28 years old this year.
Ah, so he can participate in the Purple Frog as well, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
whatever it's called, the Purple.
We'll have to get him on your show too one time.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And just since we're talking about that, I said to Wolfman, I just talked to Wolfman today about him to see if he wanted to do either of your guys' shows sometime. So we'll have to have a conversation about that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm always down for a good conversation.
Yeah, Wolfman's good. If you get him relaxed and get him rolling in the conversation, dude, like you can really get some. He's a different person when you can get him to open up.
Yeah, he's the one you call the prediction specialist, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
He's serious. That dude is serious.
He is, but there's been a few times where I've gotten him to completely relax and completely open up in a different way. Sorry, Wolfman. I don't know if you're watching right now, but I am talking about you right now.
That's
but
right.
He's really opened up. When you get him laughing, if you get him relaxed, where he doesn't think he has to be on, then he's a different person. He's a lot, and he gets right into that flow. He's excellent to have on if you can get him there. I won't say getting him there is not easy though.
I like the guy, but he seems like way too professional for me. He's way.
I will. If he's not watching, I will let him know that you said that.
All righty, guys. I guess we're going to jump into it here real quick. We're going to start it off on a lull a little bit. We always try to, anytime there's a death in the business and I can catch it, I always try to give them a little bit of their flowers, I guess you could say. I don't really know who this guy is, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't had a whole lot of time between getting home and getting the show going to check him out, but I'm going to look him up. But Maple Leaf Pro has shared that Joe Doring passed away this morning after a decade-long battle with brain cancer. The site is sending its deepest condolences and friends and family. I just want to say, we here at Headlocks, same, we send, condolences to his family. I will be looking up who he is and everything now because, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know who he was, still don't, but I will be researching him, and hopefully this, brings an influx of attention to his wrestling career and gives him a little bit more fame and everything, and can maybe help his family financially a little bit to where it eases the pressure of a funeral or anything like that, and anything helps, so go support his family, and help them out if they need it and all that good stuff. But, best wishes, prayers, condolences, and all that stuff from us. Anybody else want to say anything?
I was going to say Maple Leafs. I'm going to assume it's in the Toronto area.
Right.
That's I'm going to assume.
That's the only thing I'm assuming it's probably a Canadian wrestler, but it looks like a Canadian belt. If I'm not mistaken, I think it says Canada there. I can't see it very well.
I don't know him.
I don't know him either. But like I said, hey,
name.
since none of us know him, everybody go out there and check him out. Leave it in the comments. Let us know who he is before we get out of the show.
There you go.
That way we can talk about him a little bit more too, bring a little more attention to him. But yeah, Godspeed. All righty. Yes. And another reason I wanted to bring JD on the show, anytime I talk about WCW, I got to get JD going and everything. or Sting. I got to poke the bear with him like I poked the bear with Uncle Slam and Bret Hart and everything. So
but I'm a Sting fan too, though.
So
am I.
I know, but I'm Sean, and Sting and Sean didn't have no feud, so I got to poke you with Bret. I'm a Sting fan too, so it's kind of like I can't really poke too much fun at him. I like him. All right, but we'll go around the horn here and give me your WCW only Mount Rushmore.
You stealing my idea, J-Mac?
I'm not stealing nothing. I cannot help the great minds think alike.
Absolutely, no, I'm completely fine with it. I've certainly borrowed a few ideas from you and Uncle Slam, but isn't that that's the community, right? Like you see your friends and stuff doing something, and you see, all right, how can I kind of adjust that? But I don't know, WCW, bring that visual back up.
WCW Mount Rushmore.
I'm going to go first because he mentioned me by name. So
there you go. Go ahead.
To put the fourth up there, do I have to put Hogan? Does it have to be Hogan?
Yeah, Hogan doesn't belong up there.
You don't have to put anybody you don't.
I wouldn't put Hogan.
You put anybody you want to. Erase all those. Those are all question marks.
Yeah, I'd put Sting and Flair up there for sure. I would. Oh man, I think I would have to put Page. He's one of those actual WCW grown superstars.
Yep.
And as much as I would love to put, I'm a huge Kevin Nash fan, Big Sexy. Okay, like he was, especially when he broke away and was the Wolfpack. Huge Kevin Nash fan. I had my own Big Sexy T-shirt. And I'm a huge Lex Luger fan.
And he wears it real late at night, guys.
I'm a Lex Luger fan, but being the WCW Mount Rushmore, I can't put Goldberg. I can't in good conscience put Goldberg. So I'd go with Booker T or Macho Man as the fourth then. Sting, Flair, Page, and either Booker T or Macho Man.
All right.
I understand why Hogan's face. I understand why Hogan's face is there though because of the draw, but
right.
I'm just not a huge fan.
I mean, technically, did he have longer run in WCW than he did WWE?
Who's that?
Well, no, because Hogan was there and then he left and came back. I was saying Hogan. I was trying to think if Hogan's time in WCW was actually longer than his time in the WWE.
Oh, not even close.
Nah.
I think it was. I think it was pretty even.
No.
Let's look. We got
93, 94 to 2001.
Not even close.
7-8 years. Tops 7-8 years.
Hold on, we'll see right here. I'm gonna look it up.
Are you counting the second time he was in WWE too? Because
no. I'm talking his whole combined WWF run versus.
Because he went back to WWE for
not even
a while.
Close.
So no, it's not even close. I'm with Andrew on that one.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I do miss WWE. I heard you guys talking. We were talking off camera about the WCW archives. I'm going to vamp for you, J-Mac.
Go ahead.
But you were talking about the WCW archives not being on the Peacock anymore. And I love going on YouTube to some of the channels that they've set up and going back through and watching the old Nitros and then putting on the pay-per-views. I still love WCW. I still love it. I still put it on. I've watched through I always watch from the beginning, from opening Nitro, the very first Nitro, all the way, and I stop right before the Poke of Doom.
Right before the what?
The Poke of Doom, when Hulk Hogan poked Kevin Nash.
Okay. The Poke of Doom. Okay.
So Hogan, I don't have an official thing right here. I can't find it quick enough, and I don't want to hold the show up too much. But it looks like it's WCW is not too much off, maybe by like 4 years. So it was relatively the same amount, and that's Hogan's collective time under Vince Sr. and Vince Jr. If my calculations by just reading this real quick and not really doing the math is correct. But anyways, Andrew, you're Mount Rushmore.
Well, this is going to be a little bit different, guys, and probably very unexpected. So first of all, you got to have Sting and Flair in there with WCW. Those two you have to. I don't see how you can't not have those on there. So those two have to be on there. I'm a huge DDP fan, and I was before the yoga stuff as well. DDP, I would have to put on there because, again, he's born and bred WCW. And just looking at your picture there, I can make a strong case for Booker T, but I'm not going to put him on there. What I have next is it'd probably shock you guys all at this point.
Be careful.
Okay. Because this one is
he a fellow bald guy?
No.
Okay.
No. I was not going to go there. No.
All right, good.
No. Completely different because he wasn't in ring very often. Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette in WCW Mount Rushmore?
Oh my God, yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Manager.
Yeah, no, but wow, yeah.
NWA, it's WCW, absolutely.
Yeah, because he helped the float over to it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, tag team, absolutely. Midnight Express is a Mount Rushmore, absolutely. But as an individual,
interesting.
I don't see how you can't put him up there, or at least put him up there in the top talks.
Yeah,
it definitely is one of the managers,
right?
Overall, and I don't know why. I love listening to his podcast. Now, him and I don't agree on a lot of things outside of wrestling, of course, but when it comes to wrestling, his study of the game, as being a student of the game and understanding the concepts, a little far-fetched at times. I'll give him that. But when it comes to the vocabulary and verbal and oratorically, he's unbeatable. You can't beat the guy. And I don't think there's a manager alive that can beat him oratorically. Are there better managers? We can debate that all day long, but I think he was absolutely up there, and I think he deserves to be on a Mount Rushmore. So mine would be Sting and Flair, DDP, and Jim Cornette.
Okay.
That's definitely a curveball for sure, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
No way.
Yeah. There you go.
Which, I mean, why not? Why couldn't you? Why can't a manager help, usher something new in?
I'm not even talking about
right. I'm just saying, it just, I wasn't expecting a manager. I was expecting
Jim
a
Cornette.
wrestler. Yeah. All right, Uncle Slam, who you got?
Well, I'm going to stick with, of course, Sting and Flair. Like, I think they're guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think you got to have at least one person from the NWO. So either it's going to be Kevin Nash or Hogan in one of the spots. Just because, like NWO, which is so big, it was massive. So I would probably go. I like Nash more than I did Hogan, but I think when Hogan turned, it was a little bit bigger. So I might leave Hogan. And then I'm torn between, and this is probably a curveball, it's going to be either Booker T or Goldberg.
Oh my gosh, I'm leaving.
I hate to even say Goldberg just because it's Goldberg and shit, but I don't know if Booker T won more gold in WCW or in WWE.
World titles, it was definitely he won more in WWE than in WCW because most of his WCW world title runs happened in WWE.
Didn't he just win towards the end?
He had just. That was when he got his. I think he won the title for the first time on the last Nitro. Is when
Who are we talking about?
Booker T.
His first world title.
Yeah, it was with WCW. I think he won it.
It was Bash. It was the Bash at the Beach where what's his face?
Oh, that's right. He was feuding with Jarrett all that last year.
What's his name? What's his name?
I thought it was Jeff Jarrett.
No, that's not who I'm talking about.
Say it again. What was the question again? I missed it. What was it?
The guy who Russo.
Vince Russo?
Vince Russo, yeah. So Vince Russo, that's the night he cut that big promo on Hogan. And Hogan said, "This is the reason." Yeah. He said, "This is the reason that this company's in the damn shape it's in."
Russo,
which was supposed to be a work. Actually, that wasn't just a shoot. That was supposed to be a work until Vince Russo called him bald, and then as soon as Vince Russo called him bald, Hogan.
It didn't work for him, brother.
Hogan just
Russo single-handedly brought down WCW. Oh my God, he was such a.
Oh, Vince, I hate him so much.
Oh, he's. Oh gosh.
Yeah, he was terrible, but. I can't. Goldberg, Uncle Slam, listen, I'm going to side with Shawn Michaels from now on.
No. Let's see. But, okay, my last spot is either going to be Goldberg or Booker T. I don't. Man, it's hard to. It's hard.
I want to argue for Booker T because I hate Goldberg so much, Uncle Slam. I just want to let you know.
I do too. But the streak, and he kind of was like their anti-Austin and stuff, because everybody wanted to see them two go at it.
But that's all we had. That's all.
But Booker T did win a lot more as far as tag team go, and I know they were probably top five.
No, he's a 5-time champion.
five time.
Sucker.
In fact, I'm not sure, but that might have even go onto the TV title. He might have started doing that when it was the TV champion with the WCW. So
who you going with? You got Goldberg, you got Booker T.
I'm gonna go with Booker T on this one.
Okay.
Good choice.
So I got Booker T, Ric Flair, Sting, and we're gonna say Hogan.
Yep.
Listen, I'll accept Hogan over Goldberg. Do you understand that?
No way.
I'm gonna.
I can't. No. Hogan, Macho, and just on your thing here, Hogan, Macho Man, Nash, Rowdy Piper, Scott Hall, Bret Hart. I cannot put those guys in WCW at all.
I'm not gonna put them on the Mount Rushmore. At least.
I can't. No way. Not for WCW.
Mount Rushmore. Well, Hogan, I would. I mean, Hogan.
I would give Hogan more than any of those other ones just because he changed the fortunes of WCW.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, his time just wasn't enough there.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can. As much as I hate to do this, I can argue Kevin Nash and Scott Hall changed the fortunes, not so much Hogan.
Well, the collective. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Them showing up and then him turning, all that together was just like, so I would say them three, yes.
Okay.
Them three together, because I don't think you needed much more besides them three, and they just went overboard. Yeah. Okay, so if we're gonna go with mine, I think I'm gonna throw the biggest curveballs here, because when I think of WCW and I think of Mount Rushmore, it's got to be guys who were there for the long haul, guys who took it from being and had to make a new company successful, even though the groundwork was laid with the stars that they had. There were a few guys who transitioned over from NWA to actual WCW, and they had to carry that banner, and keep the momentum going from the NWA days. Again, as everybody else, Sting and Flair. Those are too obvious. You know what I'm saying? From 87 till the time Nitro went off and even beyond, it's still a rivalry today. If they get in the ring, one's going to woo and one's going to scream.
Yep.
Maybe not so much. I think Flair's wooing days are right over.
Right. My third, I think this is going to be my curveball that you all aren't going to think of, but Arn Anderson.
Oh yeah.
I felt like that's who you were going to pick for some reason.
I mean, you could have threw in any of the four horsemen.
Right.
You could have thrown in.
Champ.
And as far as the fourth, I cannot decide on. I've got three choices that I wrote down here, and I cannot decide on who I would put, but any of them would fit and be just fine with me. Booker T.
Okay.
His body of work, I would argue that Harlem Heat is, besides the Steiner brothers, is the second best WCW tag team champions of all time.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
Wow.
NWA. I'm gonna argue Midnight Express. I'm gonna argue
Rock and
Road
Roll.
Warriors, Rock and Roll Express. There's a lot, and I'm putting it underneath a banner here because once they went in WCW, the Midnight wasn't around too much longer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Bobby Eaton kind of went to being a singles wrestler and, and started tagging with people like Arn and, different people like that. So,
there's a reason for that. We'll get into it in a little bit if you want to. The reason for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my second, and just I think Booker T's overall body of work in WCW was better than WWE, to no fault of his own. But I think he could be considered DDP just for the rise he had, doing what he did, coming out of nowhere, and then becoming the original People's Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And the other choice is a sleeper. And yes, like you said, you could throw just about any of the four horsemen in there, but I would argue Barry Windham. Because Barry Windham, you could put him in the world title picture. I'm not saying he made the best world champion, but if you needed somebody to fill a spot, he could step in and challenge the world champion. He could step in and tag with somebody and be tag champion. He could be United States champion. He could go out and DDT somebody and take the world television champion. He was one of the best utility guys they had coming from. Well, really, the horsemen were, but I think him and Arn, Booker T, or DDP, him, Booker T, and DDP, I think were three guys that could be argued, my opinion. The other three, I'm setting those in stone, in my opinion.
What were the other three again?
Arn, Flair, and Sting.
I don't have an issue with those.
Wait. Who are you going to pick? You got to pick one. You can't just pick six.
No. I'm not picking six. I'm saying Sting, Flair, and Arn are my set in stone.
Who's your fourth? Who's your fourth?
I can't really decide. I can't. It would if anybody plugged any one of those four guys, I wouldn't mind. Okay, I couldn't. Right. I would be okay with it.
Okay. I don't know, man. I just feel like Barry Windham's kind of a stretch. Like I said, I liked him, and I agree with what you said about him being like a utility player, and you could throw him in there, but he just wasn't that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, coulda, woulda, shoulda. That's him. You know
was he not that guy? Because I mean, the rumor.
I don't know what the reason. Like, I don't know if it was politics. I don't know if he just didn't. No.
It was said all the time.
Shit, obviously,
it was said all the time.
He wasn't the greatest on the mic, though.
Well, I would argue if you're going to say Barry Windham, I would say Mr. Perfect then has an equal claim.
Nah, he wasn't. He wasn't around in WCW long enough.
I feel like
him and Barry Windham in the West Texas Rednecks was one of the.
Yeah, but his overall time was like 2.5, 3 years.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because he went from AWA straight to the WWF, left the WWF, went to WCW, did the Horseman thing, West Texas Rednecks, and he left. Pretty much.
Who's that?
Well, he was the NWO.
Mr. Perfect.
First. He was in the NWO first.
Well, that's whenever he did the Horseman thing, when he turned on the Horseman and joined the NWO. Yeah.
That was.
And then he went to the West Texas. Right. Then he went to the West Texas. By 2000, he was out of WCW.
It was 97.
Well, I think everybody was about
right. All right.
I can't. No, anything NWO related, I cannot say it's. You can put on a Mount Rushmore of WCW. I'm sorry, I can't. At that point, I think it went off the rails.
So you didn't like the NWO stuff?
I did for television ratings because it was intriguing, but as far as the product was concerned, I thought it was. At first, it was great, but then when everybody started joining NWO,
but there's
ridiculous.
If I can, there's a reason for that, though. Originally, the plan was for the NWO to start a second show, like Thunder. Remember when WCW released Thunder?
Mm-hmm.
But it was supposed to be an NWO show shortly after they made their formation. That's why they were building a roster.
Yeah.
But then what they did was this is the stupid thing that they did. Whoever, I don't know whose bright idea it was, but someone decided that the NWO should take over a Nitro and we should see what happens to the ratings. The problem is that when NWO took over Nitro, it took them 20 minutes to take the WCW set apart. They had workers out there unscrewing things, putting in new letters. They did a whole change right in the middle of the show. You had no wrestling, no dialogue, no nothing for 20 straight minutes of the show. That's why everybody turned it off. Yeah. It had nothing to do with people didn't want to see an NWO show. It had to do with you can't stop your show right in the middle of it and expect people are going to stay tuned in.
You have to have something going on. Yeah.
Right. So, and that wasn't enough. Watching them take apart the set, it was fine through the first commercial break. and then we need something else when we come back from that commercial break. They still can't be.
There's only so much talking Tony Schiavone can do.
Yeah, or no, because remember they kicked Tony Schiavone off. It was just Bischoff. It was Bischoff and DiBiase and probably Mr. Perfect or something. Trying discuss. Oh, we're taking over. For 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but that's what killed the idea of the NWO getting their own show. And the only reason they were building a full roster like that was because of originally they were supposed to have their own show.
So back at the time when the Monday Night Wars were going on, how did you guys watch both shows?
I did not watch WWE.
Okay, see what I did. At the time VCRs were in style, so I would tape one of the shows, and I'd watch the other one live. Then I'd come back and watch the second one afterwards.
I just used the flip button. If it wasn't happening on one show, I flipped over to the other one.
Yeah, I tape them.
I did that a little bit during the DX stuff. I would flip to see if DX was on or something like that. But for me, and I was glad when Raw shifted from 8 to 10 to 9 to 11.
Yeah. Look, he's telling on himself. He was really watching WWE and everything. He's just trying. He's a closet WWE fan.
That's right.
No.
All right.
But when it moved to 9 to 11, that's when it was cool for me, kind of, because then I got to watch all of Nitro, and I still got to watch the second half of Raw, so I could see Stone Cold whipping Vince McMahon's ass, or DX doing whatever they were doing or whatever. So that was a pretty cool when they went to 9 to 11 slot.
All right, guys. Well, in the same vein here, but we're going to do this one quick fire. Give me your Mount Rushmore of tag teams.
Oh, for WCW or
not for WCW, just for any overall in wrestling period.
Oh, that's easy.
Uncle Slam, we'll go backwards this time. Start with you. Do it quick fire.
Let's see. LOD, Steiner Brothers, Hardy Boys, and probably Harlem Heat.
Okay. Andrew?
I did not like the LOD. I like the Road Warriors. They're two totally different teams. Because WWE did not know how to market. They didn't know what to do with them. The Road Warriors they're completely different than LOD in my opinion. So I'll stick with the Road Warriors. I was a huge Rock and Roll Express fan. Loved rock and roll, and you can't have the rock and roll without the Midnight Express.
Yes, sir.
Whichever version you wanted, it's fine to get two different versions of them. Then the fourth one. I don't know. I don't know if I could put I have to think about this one for a little bit because I can go back to my my grade school days and somebody called the Valiant Brothers, which you guys probably never heard of.
Them up. Yeah,
I know who they are.
I know who the Valiants are.
Luscious Jimmy and the Handsome Johnny.
Yeah, Jimmy just retired.
83 years old.
Yes,
just retired. Yes. Absolutely. And then here in the Indianapolis area, they were huge around here. Mm-hmm. That's when I was, 7, 8, 9 years old watching the Valiant Brothers. And their manager was called the Major or something like that.
Yep.
Blew a whistle all the time. It was great. So I love the Valiant Brothers. They were bad guys, but I loved them.
He's got his dark horse, and one we didn't expect was the Valiants. Okay.
Yeah.
JD, who you got? Quick fire.
I like that idea, Andrew, of including like a random one there. So I'm gonna include that for my last pick. I think the Dudleys, Hardys, and Edge and Christian deserve recognition, but I don't think that they would be on the Mount Rushmore because I don't think without many tag teams before them they would have been able to do what they did. So I do think that they were revolutionary, but without the many tag teams that came before them, tag team wrestling isn't even a thing there. So definitely Road Warriors or Legion of Doom, whichever one you'd want to call them, Hawk and Animal. And you can include their manager, who I'm totally drawing a blank on.
Precious Paul Ellering.
Yeah, Precious Paul Ellering. You can throw him in there too, fine. But yeah, that's stuff. They're definitely on there.
Don't throw in that little stupid dummy that they had, Rocco. Don't throw that guy.
Oh God, yeah, the pet.
Yeah.
And I also like. I mean, Andrew, I'm not gonna completely copy yours, but I mean, Rock and Roll Express. I think you definitely would have to put them on there. For old school tag team. I think they were one of the first tag teams, other than LOD, that did like such great combination moves as a team. And I think that's what helped get them over, was that they were doing something different than the other tag teams that would just tag in and out and then just have a finisher. They did a lot of fluid, very much like the Hardys kind of operate. When I see the Hardys, I kind of see a little bit of what the Rock and Roll Express did way back in the day, just at a different level. So I was never really I don't know as much about the Midnight Express, so I couldn't necessarily put them on there. Yeah, I'm not really. The third team is what I've been having trouble with here, because I just don't think I know enough about the Midnight Express. Honestly, the Von Erichs never were a tag team. You know, they were always like a 6-man team. But I'd probably go with the Von Erichs or the Freebirds to put in that third slot.
Okay.
If you wanted to include a 6-man team in that.
Who's your fourth?
And my sleeper is the Nasty Boys.
Okay.
I gotta pick a good heel tag team, the Nasty Boys.
Wow.
They didn't win a lot of tag
Nasty Boys.
They weren't great champions all the time, but they were always there to be booed and to beat up the hero whenever you needed them.
So if I'm going to go with mine rapid fire, I'm going to go, and I agree with Andrew, there's a difference between LOD and the Road Warriors.
What is the difference?
Yeah,
because
when
the LOD showed up in the WWE, I knew it was a farce, because they were never the LOD. They were the Road Warriors.
Yep.
The LOD, the Legion of Doom, was the faction of King Kong Bundy, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer, Jake the Snake Roberts. The Legion of Doom also had the Road Warriors. This was a huge faction with several different members in the NWA. That's why I didn't like the Legion of Doom. They were the Road Warriors.
Okay, interesting.
Same reason I didn't like the whole Kane gimmick, because of the Undertaker. But anyways, so we got the Road Warriors. I would probably go. Of course, I got to go with the Midnight. This is so hard. I'm going to go with the Steiners. And just because of my surprise pick and my personal favorite, the Rockers, over the Rock and Roll Express.
Rockers.
Yes. They didn't win a lot of championships, but they were one of the most.
Shawn Michaels, that's right.
Well, not just because I'm Shawn Michaels, but they were what they were doing was even more high flying than what the Rock and Roll Express was doing. And I liked the Rock and Roll Express.
Dude,
but Shawn,
they did elbows off the top rope.
Your respect level just went from here to here.
I'm sorry, that's just my personal
Rockers.
That's my personal team.
My pick, Sting and Luger, because I'm a Sting fan.
Sting and Luger.
Team USA.
Sting and Luger.
I was going to say Sting and Warrior. But I couldn't bring myself to include Warrior.
All righty. Next story.
Holy crikey.
So we've got the NWA and Tubi. NWA Power lands a new streaming deal with Tubi. What do y'all think about this? I'm so happy about this.
I think more wrestling on TV is good. I don't care who it is, even if I don't watch it. And I'm not saying I won't watch it. I'm just saying I don't care. More wrestling on TV is good for everybody.
Tubi is a sleeper.
They're making moves.
I absolutely love
Tubi. is fantastic.
They're making moves, man. They're building an audience.
Yes, they are.
It won't be long until you got to pay $10-15 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting stuff.
Let me interrupt here real quick to get to a comment. A buddy of mine and Uncle Slam's, Dave, he said, "Daddy Dave in the house," and he said, "What a rush." That's right. Yes, sir, Dave. Appreciate you being here, buddy, man. Appreciate you watching. And leave a comment, man. What do you think about NWA going on to Tubi? Anybody else watching? What do y'all think about NWA going to Tubi?
Didn't NWA, wasn't they just in the news because they let a few wrestlers go, or for people? Tommy Dreamer was one of them.
TNA.
That was TNA. Okay.
Yeah, TNA let a bunch of talent go. See, there's a couple rumors going on, and I think I've got a story for it here later. No, I don't have it yet because.
Well, who's in the NWA? I can't even think who's in them right now.
Well, NWA has got a lot of independent wrestlers. The guy we had on earlier, he's wrestled a few people in the NWA. But if I'm going to give you some advice on who to watch, my personal favorites right now are Silas Mason. He is kind of like a redneck type, got a mullet and stuff and everything. He's got a good gimmick going on, his little faction. And as far as tag teams, watch the Kazanas, AJ and KC. They are a tag team called the Country Gentlemen. They are old school tag team. They're great. AJ's doing a lot of stuff, or he's been traveling a whole lot too. So yeah, I would definitely
AJ Styles.
No. AJ Kazana.
Okay.
Do they have the Righteous, J-Mac, or are they with WWE at the moment?
I don't know. I haven't been able to sit and watch NWA Power for a few weeks. I haven't really been. I'm going to be honest. I haven't been able to sit down and watch much wrestling at all. But this makes me excited because I'm always on Tubi, and I love Tubi. Tubi's one of my favorites.
More wrestling on Tubi is great.
I agree 100%. Uncle Slam, what do you think?
This might be a good thing because I don't watch much NWA, and I might watch more of it if it is on Tubi. So I'm kind of like JD. I mean, more wrestling is always a good thing. So
I liked it on the what was it? What was it on? Roku. They were on Roku, but it was just I forgot about them on Roku because I rarely go to the Roku channel unless I just can't really find anything else to watch on any of the streaming stations or Tubi. And I watch Pluto too. We're plugging all of you guys. Pluto. There's 3 shows on here. Y'all want to? We got a show for each of your platforms. Come on. But no, yeah, I mean, it's just if I can't go on there, then that's whenever I go on Roku channel. So it was kind of obscure. Tubi's more mainstream. I think it's a big deal.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Tubi is, I don't watch a whole lot of Tubi, but I know some stuff about it that the people who made films or documentaries or whatever, they're making a killing on there.
Yes.
Financially wise, they're making a killing.
Especially ones that didn't do good at the box office or, mainstream, they're getting, pushed down to Tubi and stuff after 2 or 3 months. And people are like, oh, okay, boom, 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 boom.
Well, I mentioned this to you guys before.
Yes, you did.
That there's Mr. Skin, who has a website where he basically talks about nudity on television and nudity in the movies.
Yeah.
Not anything but the X-rated stuff. He had a documentary come out a few years ago that somebody produced, and I guess it was on HBO or Netflix or something like that, called something like Nudity in Cinemas, from the history of the beginning of talkies, the movies, to the modern day. And they went with him because he had a lot of the information there. And he said he made a little bit of money. I listened to a radio station called the Lex and Terry Show, and every Monday Mr. Skin is on there promoting his stuff, and he talks about him. And he said that once his obligation was up with Netflix or HBO, whatever it was, he took the show and went to Tubi and put it on there. And he made like 5 times the amount of money on Tubi than he did with the other stations.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like I said.
Yeah.
I'll take a check from any of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I was thinking
more
the same
competition.
thing.
And the dude's not hurting for money. No, he's not hurting for money.
Especially since HBO and Paramount are merging now. More competition is just good. The way that
it really is.
Companies merging, you need more companies to come up.
Yep.
All righty, getting on to the next one here. Paul Heyman came out and made a controversial statement about Cesaro, aka Claudio Castagnoli, or whatever, however you say his name now, versus Brock Lesnar. He said, when you realize what he's capable of, what an opponent he could have been for Brock Lesnar, had I turned on Cesaro, we built him up to be a threat to Brock. The matches the two of them could have had are mind-boggling. A tremendously wasted opportunity, and no one for us to blame but ourselves, including me. Like, that's high praise going to Cesaro by Paul Heyman. And, you know, I always liked Cesaro, and I don't think he ever got I think Cesaro could have been Gunther before Gunther. He could have been that foreign bad guy that beat everybody up, and because Cesaro was bad. I'm not saying he ain't anymore, but from what I've seen of him in the WWE, he was bad. And I don't mean bad as in he stunk it up. I mean, he was a bad man. I would have loved to have seen some Brock versus him because that man was strong, and he was stronger than what he looked like. JD, we'll start with you real quick.
Well, he's named Claudio Castagnoli for any AEW fans, and that's where he wrestles. He's with the Death Riders and John Moxley right now, and it fits his whole gimmick and shtick perfectly.
Yeah, Claudio Cannoli.
Yeah,
Castagnoli.
He's never been super great on the mic, right? Like, that's my opinion. I don't think he's a super mic person, right? So you put him with John Moxley, who I think is way better on the mic. And the whole Death Riders gimmick, and I think it fits him. He's been doing some crazy stuff over in AEW. So, yeah, I would have loved to have seen Claudio and Brock. Absolutely.
Andrew?
I can't see it. And just because of the size difference. I'm not saying that they couldn't each perform with each other. Just the size difference. I can't see Brock with a smaller guy unless it's an ultra smaller guy like Brock versus Rey Mysterio for small guy purposes. But for
a mid-size, it would have been believable.
It just wouldn't. No, I think that WWE really dropped the ball with Brock versus Samoa Joe. They should have had that. That would have been huge, I think. But that's a whole different ball game. And it is no taken away from Claudio whatsoever because I think he's great. But I just don't see the two together. And to me, it just didn't look right. Doesn't look right.
Uncle Slam?
I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm kind of with Andrew on this. Like, I don't know if this would have worked or not. I mean, obviously Paul knows more than I do.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if it would. I just don't know if it would have been believable to me. Like, I don't know if I would have seen him beat Brock Lesnar. Like I said, like maybe Paul could have spun it some way and it would have been. But I guess we'll never know.
I can say I'm with y'all. You know, I guess I would have liked to have seen it to see if it could work, especially hearing.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right.
Especially hearing Paul say it. But I see what you all are saying about the size difference. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you see Brock coming out there now and ragdolling everybody until he reaches somebody like an Obafemi who can actually pick him up, sling him around too. It's, you know what I'm saying? You get kind of used to the formula. So it's hard to see, you know, Cesaro, for lack of the fact I can't say his last name in AEW. But when you see Cesaro versus him, it doesn't look right in your mind. But then you see, but I watch a Cesaro match and I'm watching him sitting here ragdolling people by holding them up and flipping them around and stuff and everything. He was a lot stronger than what his overall physique showed.
Yeah, he was.
So I mean, that's where I think the trouble is in our minds, is not seeing it. But I would have loved to at least give it one match, see what could have happened. That's what I say.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't know if you know who this guy is, but his name is Hannibal TV. He's does a lot of wrestling stuff. There's people that we are friends with here on Headlocks that aren't very good, big fans of his anyway. But so he posted a picture of Abdullah the Butcher laying in the hospital, And Hannibal TV posts nasty Abdullah the Butcher photo and says he's rotting to death before he goes to hell because of all the things he did to people in life. Like, I kind of think that was just really, really inappropriate. You know, I get it. There's a lot of people who have mixed feelings about what Abdullah did and has done. I don't know if anybody knows about it. And if they
I was gonna say y'all gonna have to explain a little bit more because I just know about in the ring. Obviously, there's some shit outside the ring I don't know about.
Well, no, in the ring was about the fact that he was wrestling for years with hepatitis and doing
and all
blood magic
and using bloody, and not telling anybody.
He was using the same piece of
the thing he used to cut himself that he puts on his finger.
He was razor blade. He was using the same piece for him that he was also using on other people.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I didn't know that.
And he ended up giving another wrestler, I think he was an indie wrestler.
Yeah, he was.
Hepatitis. And I want to preface this by saying that, if I'm not mistaken, the story I heard was that it was still going through court or was still being appealed, something like that. I could be wrong. I haven't looked up the story in a long time, so I don't want nobody trying to sue me. But I know that, it was a big deal. There were the accusations that he got the hepatitis from Abdullah, and it was because Abdullah was using the same razor on himself that he was using on other people. And that's where a lot of people have a lot of contention for Abdullah the Butcher. But the picture I seen, man, it was horrible. I mean, just if he did something wrong, depending on how you believe, he'll talk to somebody about it later on, and they'll deal with it. It's not my place to wish, ill will like that on people. That's just my opinion. Anybody else want to speak on this?
Yeah, I'll go first. First of all, I'd like to say that, right or wrong about anything a person does, putting this stuff out there in the world publicly, isn't there's no reason for that. Even exactly. If you hate the person, you don't need to do that, no matter what you think of the person. So I'm not for whatever this guy posted about Abdullah the Butcher. Anyway, and may I also say, you guys know that I believe in God. If Abdullah the Butcher has repented and has asked forgiveness for his sins, then I got bad news for some of the people that think he's going to hell. Okay, because if he's asked for forgiveness, he's going to get it. So there's no guarantee that he's going to hell. Yeah, he's done some real bad stuff in his life.
Well, I mean, whether he does or he doesn't, it's none of my business. And as just a human being, I'm not going to wish ill will on him.
That's what exactly. So it doesn't we're not going to know where he goes when he passes. Only he knows that. But to say it, whether, like I said, to say it though, and
don't put it out there.
Way, there's no reason for that at all.
Yeah. Andrew?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm like you guys, but why bother even saying that in the public? If you don't like the guy, you don't like the guy. But saying that in public,
especially when you have a platform like that,
I don't get it. I don't know all the details behind it, but I can't speak intelligently about it. But like you guys said, it's just not something you should put out there like that. No.
Right. Uncle Slam?
I kind of already spoke once before. It's like, I really didn't know much about, I just knew about in-ring. I didn't know he had hepatitis. I didn't know anything about him giving it to somebody else, and all that. But now that I do, I mean, like, if he knew about it, doing it, then I'm kind of like y'all, I mean, y'all will take care of all that. And if he's suffering, then, that's between him and the Lord or whatever. But I'm like y'all, I don't see the point in saying something like that or whatever. Like, I mean, like, it doesn't help anything. It's not going to make anything better or worse. I mean, you're not going to get any justice, or you're not going to feel any better about it. So I just don't see the point.
There's too much hate in the world as it is.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
That's it. No, we don't need to be throwing more like JD said. But yeah, I mean, just yeah. So if I kind of understand why the friend of ours said what they said to me. So, it makes me a little bit more wary about, supporting his channel and stuff and everything. But anyways, that's between me and him, and y'all do what y'all want to do. Not y'all, but the audience out there, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all do what y'all want to do too. But all righty, on to some better stuff, or at least more debatable stuff. The Rock is rumored to be trying to buy WWE from TKO. Good idea, bad idea, Uncle Slam, go.
Does he have the money for it though?
He's almost a billionaire. He's like 800 million.
I know, but the WWE is worth more than just $1 billion.
Well, no, he would have to do like Eric Bischoff was going to do and get other investors.
Not for long.
Well, that's true. If they keep going the way they is, they ain't gonna be worth. They ain't gonna be
long.
I think it would be better than TKO having it, but I don't know if he's the right person to run it. I mean, I'm going to stick with like I said, it'd be better than TKO. So, sure.
Okay, Andrew,
isn't The Rock on the board of TKO?
Yep.
So
he could probably buy shares a whole lot easier.
Yeah,
he's already got some ownership.
Yeah, but I'm sure he has several thousand, if not several million shares of TKO as it is.
Right.
At his age, I don't want to say. I guess he's over 50. I don't even know what the. And I look at myself because he's just a few years younger than I am. Why would you want to do that to yourself, especially when you have $1 gazillion as your own? Why go for that headache? But that's to each their own. Go for it, whatever. But I don't see how that could help either him or the WWE or TKO. I don't see what the benefit on either side would be for him doing that.
Would you rather see him get it back or Vince? And I will go back to you in a minute, Uncle Slam, for that too.
All right.
Andrew, go ahead.
I like the direction it's gone since Vince has been gone, so to speak, if he actually has been gone. I like the direction it's been going, the way it's been being produced. And maybe not so much the in-ring action or anything like that, but I like the production value a lot better now than what it used to be. That's just behind the scenes type stuff. I like it better.
Right.
So I prefer Vince not coming back. No.
So you would rather, if anybody's going to buy, you would rather have Dwayne Wyatt than Vince.
I would.
Or you would just rather.
If it's between the two, yes, I'd rather Dwayne do it than Vince.
So you're okay with TKO in ownership?
Yes, I'm okay with how the production wise it is right now.
Okay.
Full product wise, maybe not so much, but production wise, I absolutely love it.
Okay. So maybe not the whole overall thing, but just okay. I see what you're saying, JD.
Yeah, I think The Rock getting it would be better. Would be better. Also, because even if he bought it with a group of investors, it would no longer be a publicly traded company. That's the biggest thing right there, is that whoever buys it, as long as it's not a publicly traded company anymore, then you can start making the product better. The problem with the product has to do with the fact that it's a publicly traded company, and you have people who don't know about wrestling deciding what the content is or should be.
Yep, I agree.
So getting it back into private hands, absolutely the right thing for WWE, whether it's Rock or Vince. It's going to be a better move than TKO.
Okay, but you got to pick one. Rock.
I would rather. No, I can answer this. I don't even have to think about it. I would rather The Rock have it than Vince. I think time has passed. I think the wrestling world has gone further than where Vince knows where it should be. His master class and his mastermind of wrestling no longer doesn't translate to today's wrestling anymore.
I agree.
So I think wrestling has passed him by. So I would much rather see The Rock, because I think if nothing else, The Rock would put Triple H and other people in charge of the product and what's going on and simplify.
I agree. Uncle Slam, go back to you. Vince or The Rock? If he had to choose, who would you rather have it besides TKO? Or are you like Andrew? You're okay with TKO and the way it's going?
Oh, hell no. No TKO. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Hell no. No.
All right, so
I'll
who
be
you
out
picking?
on the island by myself over here. That's
You are, pal.
See, this is kind of hard because I know what Vince did. I don't know what The Rock would do. Um, Part of me wants to really say Vince, but at the same time, I'm kind of like JD. Has it passed him by? I think, Vince is always good at developing people, but I think now as far as storylines and shit, it might be, like over his head or past his prime, like whatever you want to call it or whatever. He may not be the best person to be in creative, but I know Vince, he's going to have the final say, and if you don't like what he's saying, then it's just not going to happen. The Rock might be more willing to go with new ideas, fresh ideas, instead of doing the same old, same old. I guess I would give The Rock a shot. You can't do no worse than TKO, and worse comes to worse, Vince can just buy it back cheaper.
All right. See, I'm kind of like, I don't want Vince back. As much as I love Vince, I think he's just been away too long, and kind of echoing everybody's sentiments. It's passed him by. Rock, if you're going to sell it to somebody private, I would rather it be somebody who knows wrestling. I'm not saying The Rock is probably going to be the best guy to know about wrestling, so he would probably be smart to have somebody like Triple H around to run the creative and stuff like that. Because it's never bad to have a McMahon somewhere involved in wrestling. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't have to be Vince, but there's no doubt that I think everybody in the McMahon family has enough of an education to help the wrestling business in some way, shape, or form. So it can never be a bad thing to have them talk, being a talking head for a little bit. Rock, I think, would be younger. TKO, please, they got to get rid of it. I just went to the WWE. It's too expensive. That's all I'm going to say. All righty. And in that same vein, actually, I'm going to throw a rapid fire at y'all real quick and everything, because we were talking about it earlier and I wanted to get some stuff in before we kept going. So rapid fire, we're going to start with Andrew this time. Okay. Think of a number, and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, where do you rank them in tag teams all time?
A number between, like,
all time.
I didn't like them. I don't like them. I think they were.
Get off the show.
No. Didn't like them. I rank them low.
So not even in the top 50? Okay, fair question. Do you think you could find 50 tag teams that you liked better than Scott Hall and Kevin Nash?
That I like? Oh, absolutely, I could.
Okay,
I like better than them. Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. How basically, how much could you rank above them?
A lot. I can rank quite a bit above them. I did not like them at all. I didn't care for. I liked them at the beginning, but then the whole. I have to think the whole NWO picture coming into play, and I did not like the way it morphed into.
Yeah,
at the beginning it was okay, but the no, I think the whole
middle was all right. Beginning was great, middle was all right, and then the end was just like, what the hell's going on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The problem is WCW dissected its tag team division in the wake of them winning the belts for whatever reason.
Well, just like WWE did. So we'll just go straight to Uncle Slam, because we know they're JD's favorite tag team champion just because they were in the WCW. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Go ahead, JD.
I don't know if I'd rank them very high. I was a fan of the Outsiders, and I liked Hall and Nash as a tag team. I thought their styles went pretty good together. But I mean, as the greatest, in the terms of greatest tag team, I don't know. I might put them maybe.
Don't think too much. Quick.
Outside the top 20.
Top 20 outside the top 20?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Uncle Slam?
Between 20-25.
Between 20-25? Okay. I would probably go low number, top 75, And the only reason I'm saying that is because of the fact that they did have an impact for a minute as the outsiders when they first came into the WCW. But as far as like, am I going to put them, above the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express, anybody that was actually a tag team and actually had great tag team cohesiveness? No. They were a couple of big dudes that could work and that were good for their sizes. And they were new, fresh, boom, it came in, NWO, we got to get them over. That, that's what it was to me. I don't think they were a great tag team, but they had an impact. So I'd say top 75 for me.
I put the Rockers in front of them.
There you go. I would too. I agree with that.
There's a lot of teams I'd put in front of them, but
yeah, I'd put the Mulkey brothers in front of them.
No, see, I wouldn't be doing that.
Mulkey Mania, baby.
That's right. And Uncle Sam, if you don't know what we're talking about, go look up some Mulkey Mania, man. It's
Mulkey
the two
Mania.
palest dudes you will ever
that.
see in your life, just flying out of the ring sometimes, hitting concrete. All righty, moving on quick. We got, is The Undertaker a better booker than Triple H and Shawn Michaels? In just between these three, what do y'all think? We'll start with you, JD.
He might be.
He might be.
He might be.
No better insight, just he might be. You're going to give him you got to wait and see, or
I don't think we've seen it. I think Triple A's been doing some crazy good stuff that a lot of people seem to be into right now. So I think we need to wait a little longer to see what the Undertaker can actually pull out, maybe another year or so, just to see how his long-term stuff goes. But people are liking Triple A, man. Everything I see is everybody's loving what Triple A is doing. Nobody's saying that about WWE or TNA.
Well, Shawn don't do TNA. He does NXT.
I'm not hearing about NXT either.
NXT, I would say between the three main brands is probably the best thing they got going.
I've heard
NXT?
about NXT
yes.
too. I have, yeah, me too, but not like AAA. Like people, like everybody,
right? But that's the thing. AAA was the WWE of Mexico, so it was easy just to transition over. You still had all the stars and everything like that, so the feuds and stuff could continue. You know what I mean?
I think we need to wait and see with Taker.
Yeah,
I like. He could be. He could be.
So is Taker the head booker for AAA?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did not know that. Okay.
His name comes up in the credits as one of the he's one of the executive producer, the executive writer.
Does he come up as under Undertaker or Mark
Calloway?
Mark Calloway. Yeah.
Interesting. No, I got to agree with JD. AAA is getting a lot of good pull lately, and I think one of the reasons is that the mask versus mask match about with the Americanos the last couple of weeks.
Yes, that was a good match.
That really put them up there. So, but on top of that, if you're into wrestling at all, you've heard rumors or you've heard mumblings that AAA is something to really watch if you can find it. Yeah, it's something to watch.
Yeah.
Uncle Slam?
Honestly, I didn't know he was doing the booking down there. I thought Conan was in charge down there.
Yeah, but Conan had to have his leg amputated, so I think Undertaker just took over the whole thing. I don't know if he's going to keep it, but for right now he took it over.
Is Ray not part of that too, also, or whatever?
I don't think so.
Something happened to your mic there, Uncle Slam. I don't know.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay, all right.
Probably I don't know. Like I said, because I haven't watched any AAA. I ain't even gonna lie. I have not watched any AAA. I don't know very much about them. I know obviously WWE owns them. So it's really hard for me to say. Like I can't say because I haven't watched any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the people that I've seen.
Right.
But I just don't know enough about it, to be honest.
All right.
I know Dirty Dom is the king of the luchadores.
Right.
He needs to get the damn belt up. I'm tired of his ass and shit.
I love Dirty Dom.
I like Dom, but I'm just tired of having that belt because I just never see him defend the damn thing. Like he's always carrying it, but he never defends it. Now he might do it in AAA or something all the time, but I just never see it.
He said no. All righty. AJ Styles the other day, he came out and said Chad Gable's are Kurt Angle. It's the same. I've wrestled both of them, and I can tell you it's exactly the same. They have scary motors on them. They do not get tired.
Yeah.
What do you all think? Do you think that Chad is the modern day Kurt?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's high praise.
Yeah, it is. So, JD, you want to elaborate on that?
I don't know what else you want me to say. I think when I watch him wrestle, I don't know if he purposefully wrestles with a little bit of a Kurt Angle flair or whatever, or maybe it's just his amateur style background like Kurt Angle's. But yeah, I absolutely see Kurt Angle when I watch Chad Gable wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Andrew, anything to say about it?
Same thing as JD. The difference is for me that Gable is a lot more cut and body wise, and a lot. I don't want to say a lot, but less fat, more defined as in the body. So other than that, but that just you can't help but think of Kurt Angle when you see Gable wrestle. You can't help it.
Mm-hmm. All I can think of is how he's a sexy Kurt. And he'll make your ankle hurt. He'll make them, as Uncle Slam likes, all tap out.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love that stuff, man. Kurt, but see, that's what made Kurt Angle so great is he was so able to make himself just an absolute idiot, but still be the idiot that would whoop your ass.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was just it. Uncle Slam, what do you think about AJ's comments?
Like I said, that's high praise. I can see why people would say that. I think he's more athletic though than Kurt. Not trying to take any diss because Kurt to me did a lot of shit that I didn't think that he really could. But the way Chad, doing with the luchadors and stuff, so obviously he can do a lot of stuff that they can do too. So. I definitely see why they say that. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I agree. Just watching him the other night when we got to see Dolph Ziggler, aka Nick Namath, wrestle live. I've seen Shawn Michaels wrestle live one time. I've seen Dolph Ziggler wrestle live one time, and there was nobody I've ever seen that was closer to Shawn in the ring than Nick Namath, and the same holds true for Chad Gable. They're this generation's version of that guy. And I don't mean anything bad about it. It's kind of, they were still their own person. It's kind of like Kobe was the younger generation's Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It just, it wasn't that he was Jordan. It was just the closest thing you had ever seen to it.
Yeah.
And that's I think, like you said, high praise. All right, I got a few more, and then we'll get out of here and let you gentlemen go to sleep. We're pushing the 1:15 mark. I don't want to go too long. So I seen this. I thought it was pretty cool. It says since they like continuity. Continuity. That's it. I don't know why I said
it's that. Okay, man. I'm here for
you. Arn would be I told you, man, Hooked on Phonics jacked me up. But Arn Anderson would be way easier to work with than Ric Flair as far as the J.J. Dillon. And people seem to like growing stale on Homelander Cody Rhodes. Just put together a new Horseman stable, Cody Rhodes, Ricky Saints, Matt Cardona, and The Miz. And you need a guy who can take L's but has the resume that it won't matter. And they're talking about The Miz. What do you all think about that idea? A new 4 horsemen in the WWE with Arn Anderson as like the J.J. Dillon.
I've always wanted to see a 4 horsemen thing. I thought AEW kind of started doing it with the Pinnacle, but then they didn't follow through with that. AEW had a couple opportunities to try and make like a matching faction of the horsemen, and they didn't take advantage of it. I've always wanted to see a real reincarnation of the 4 horsemen. I agree with a lot of what that said, except the last part. The Miz, you need a guy in the group to take L's but has a resume that doesn't matter. No. You can't have a jobber in the horseman. That goes against what you're supposed to have. That's WWE formula. right there. You need a jobber in the group, someone that can get tossed around. And no, you don't. Not if you're going to remake the Four Horsemen. No, you don't. You need 4 elite all-star wrestlers who win, and they win for a year straight.
You need Cody to be the world champion. You need 2 guys that can work together as tag team champions, but can also work together as singles. And you need all 3 guys to be able to win any of the lower championships.
And then you need an enforcer.
And that's exactly what you got right there with all those people.
And I agree. Yeah, I even agree that Miz would fit in with the Horseman, with this new Horseman that you're kind of putting together. But I don't agree with the part about him being there for the L's. I think that's crap. That's WWE formula. You need to have all 4 of them come in and do it just like they did in the old days. It's the only way it works.
I see Andrew biting his tongue over here. Let's let him get it out. Go ahead, Andrew.
I don't get Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints, whatever his name is, Saints. I don't get it at all.
I'm a Ricky Starks fan.
I haven't been impressed.
I haven't been impressed. I don't get it. It's like, what? Why is he even there? What's it? I don't get it.
I can see putting somebody else in.
Yeah, absolutely. Put some who I don't know at this point.
Right.
I don't get it.
LA Knight.
LA Knight would definitely fit in that stable. Absolutely, he would. I'd put LA Knight. As much as I like the Miz, I'd put LA Knight instead of the Miz. But Ricky Starks or Sting, whatever his name is, sorry.
I don't really like bringing back the Horsemen because I think you just cheapen it. Now, if you want to group something like it, that's fine. I don't know about the group or whatever because I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling it.
Even led by an Arn and kind of passing it off.
I like Arn as maybe like a mentor, but no, I'm not with it and shit.
So you're okay with them marketing a new named group?
Yes.
Like the Horsemen,
but
and dominant like the Horsemen, but not calling it the Horsemen.
Not the Horsemen, but yeah, because I don't know, man, because when I think of the Horsemen, man, I think of history, I think of prestige, I think of a certain standard.
That's why they have to come in and win right off the bat, though, Slam.
Yes. And you have all these people just trying to copy it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem authentic. It seems more manufactured, something like they do all the time. I don't know. Just personally, I don't like the idea of it or whatever.
I can see what you're saying.
I cannot.
It's just not me. It is just not me. No. I'm not behind it at all.
I get it. I mean, I'm kind of on the table about it. You know what I'm saying? I think the idea of it is a lot cooler than the execution of it.
They get a stable going, but with the 2 different bloodlines going on now, throw another stable in there. I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
Exactly. I don't want 15. I don't want 15 stables and
turn on
all
something
that
else
stuff.
for a while.
I just don't like.
Oh yeah, we'll have the Don Callis family with 1,000 people in it.
My goodness, I know that, but that's not the only faction. You guys are talking about. There's two factions. How do you get more? What are you talking
about? There's 50 factions, and you never know who's in which one.
And there's a balance. My point is,
like it.
Clearly, there's a balance somewhere in the middle. So, but to say that there's 2 factions, so how do you have a third? You guys are out of get off your.
No, it's not that. Not how they have a third. They're just focusing so much on the other 2.
Why do you need a third? There was never a
We're
faction.
Talking about the Four
Hold
Horsemen.
on. I know. Let me finish what I'm saying. There was never a faction that faced off against the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen were the only faction in that company.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not saying they need to.
So why didn't they? Why didn't they? To beat the Four Horsemen, because you don't need 15 factions. You need one dominant faction and everybody chasing those titles. You always have a good guy chasing the title.
I think that's the old way of thinking.
It's the most drawing money way.
I think stable warfare absolutely has a place in wrestling, and you can't have stable warfare with only 2 stables.
Not long term.
Not a good one.
Not long term all the time. more than 2 or 3
And now
is
you're doing what the
overkill.
WWE does, where you're throwing together factions to feud with someone so that you can break them up in 8 months.
Right, and that's stupid too. That's what I'm saying. I don't like a bunch of stable warfare.
I am a fan of stable warfare, though.
That's what the Survivor Series is for.
No, it's not.
That's what I was thinking.
That's not a real stable.
It's
That's
a one night
five
stable. That's all I
individuals.
need.
Putting 5 individuals together to tag.
All righty. This is the last one I've got for everybody, and then we're going to let everybody get out of here. I figure this one will be a deep conversation.
Uh-oh.
Should Steve Borden Jr. carry on the Sting legacy? Before
No.
anyone asked,
No.
He said no.
No.
Okay. Since that was an easy question to answer, and we need to kill at least a couple more minutes, Uncle Slam, give me your reasoning why real quick.
Why can't he just be original? Like, why do we always have to try to copy something that's already been done? Why can't we just come up with something fresh and inventive instead of trying to just fight off his dad's legacy?
Right.
People don't like that shit. Like, people don't want to see you drag on your pop's legacy. I mean, like, he was Sting, he was the Crow. Then let him be that. Let his son be whoever he's going to be. We don't need a 2.0 of Sting or the Crow.
Right. We don't need Nick Hogan coming in trying to be mini Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
So,
JD.
Yeah, I think Uncle Slam hit it right on the head there. Let him be his own thing. Sting is a unique character, and like I get maybe the only like if you're trying to like give him the Sting mantle, but then have him like redo the face paint and trying to evolve the character, but I don't get that. I'm not buying that stuff. I don't want a Sting Jr. I know that he's the son of Sting, so if he wants to do something like off of what his father does with the Crow gimmick or whatever, like try and take a portion of that and make his own thing, I'm totally fine with that. But he shouldn't be Sting. We already have one of those.
Right. I don't want to hear him called Sting. Andrew?
I agree with Uncle Slam. Absolutely. He basically said everything I was going to say. So I echo everything Uncle Slam just said.
What if he done like and I got to thinking about this because I don't really want to see anybody try to imitate Sting. I don't want to see anybody try to imitate the Ultimate Warrior again. I don't want mini Hulk Hogan with Nick Hogan. There's just I don't want. I think that's what kind of pigeonholed Dustin Rhodes for a minute. Is WCW was trying to make him into young Dusty Rhodes instead of letting him be Dustin Rhodes. And I think that this Dustin Rhodes that came out when it was in AEW, if we could have got this Dustin Rhodes where it was like half and half, like half of me is the natural, half of me is the gold dust. This is me. This is who I am. Blue. I like this whole half and half face paint thing he's got on because it's not his dad. It's not his brother. Neither one of them wore face paint and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's his own thing. It's his own creature. Unfortunately, it took all that other stuff to create what this is, which is made. But but I really enjoy what Dustin Rhodes is now. I just wish to God he could have done it 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And had the the ability to do it and come up with a character such as that, where he could be like, I'm not him, but I'm me. And I think he would have been better as a bad guy like that, if that makes any sense, fighting against being, Dusty and stuff like that. So I think that like you don't need that with young Sting. But if he could come up with something like that, like I'm not my dad, but I'm, I'm fighting that part off. I want to be me. You know what I'm saying? Something to the, I don't know if it's, I'm not saying necessarily wearing any face paint or anything like that, but I went out from under that kind of, I'm not him.
Well, like Braun Breaker has done with, getting away from his dad's stuff. I mean, he's his own character at this point.
Right. That's why he's not using the whole Steiner name, even though I hate the whole name Braun Breaker. I think it's
I
terrible.
also think that it's crap that he's not using the Steiner name, but I don't think that I think that was probably the WWE's decision. But I like, again, what Andrew said, that he's created this Braun Breaker character.
But also they're not shying away from saying he's the son of Steiner.
They're just not. Yeah, he's just not being called that. So and I think this it's got to be the same way with Sting's son. I don't care if he paints a space and he tries to maybe make it like a piece, that he takes a piece of the Sting character with him in some way. Like, that's cool, but I don't want to see Sting as Steve Borden Jr. I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
I don't want to see. I don't know why. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. If that makes sense.
His kids paying homage to him in his final AEW match, coming down in the various Sting outfits and doing a lot of his moves and stuff. That's great. That's the extent of it. There's no reason his kids can't do a Stinger Splash or a Scorpion Death Drop or Scorpion Death Lock, but he doesn't need to. They don't need to wear the same paint, come out with the same tights. No, absolutely not.
Agree 100%. Incorporate moves, don't incorporate his character.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, guys, I don't have anything else. I will give each of you fellas, man, I appreciate y'all being here for real. I've had fun. I love talking with you guys about anything. We always have fun on JD's shows, talking some Marvel comics. We always have fun on Popcorn and Whiskey, talking about just about anything. I've been on there a few times, and we've talked about a little bit of everything. Always had a good time, and had a few drinks with my new internet friend, Mr. Andrew here.
A few drinks, a few bottles.
Man, a few bottles ain't even fun. I'm telling you, everybody go back and watch the last episode of the Marvel Comics. I'm not joking with you when I tell you I accidentally drank an entire bottle.
He absolutely did.
I have done that like 3 times in a row, not paying any attention. Just
you did that first time with me. You did.
Yes.
Listen, the last 15 minutes, you want to see drunk J-Mac, because he was, I don't care what you say, J-Mac, he was drunk that last 15 to 20-ish minutes of the episode. You could see, because his whole thing changes at that point. You actually watch it happen. You're like, whoa, J-Mac, you are not the same person that started this show.
All I know is I remembered that I didn't like Thor. That's all I needed.
Yeah, the next episode is a Thor movie. But you know what's funny, dude, is that it's one of my favorites. And I was just saying this on Drew's show. Do you know why it's one of my favorites?
Because
no
Natalie Portman.
No Natalie Portman.
Now, if she would get naked, I would like it.
I don't really. I mean, whatever. Natalie Portman, whatever.
All righty, bad guy. You got anything to plug?
Yeah, I didn't plug my shirt, so let me. Can't you see it? I'm not going to raise up the whole way. I'm wearing the Mayhem Diamond. Shout out to Austin and Scott Diamond. We sell their stuff exclusively on our storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop.
Tilt your camera down a little more.
Yeah, when I get my,
you got way too much headroom.
I know, dude. I know. And it's even worse when he puts me in the small box. When we're small box, it's even worse. It looks even worse. But yes, go check out my storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop, and pick up some apparel, whether it's the Mayhem Diamond or anything else that you want.
Andrew, you got anything you'd like to plug, my friend?
Come view Popcorn and Whiskey when I do my live streams on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And go to YouTube and see Top Fitness Strategies, Fitness Over 50 done right. There you go.
And go to YouTube and subscribe to Popcorn and Whiskey, Mayhem Media, so that you will know when they go live.
Thank you.
And if I could, J-Mac, I'll plug the prediction show tomorrow for AEW Forbidden Door, and then potentially Mayhem and Headlocks, Heels, and Havocs are going to do a co-stream watch-along, potentially.
You mean Sunday?
Sunday, yeah, that's what I said. Sunday. I absolutely said Sunday. Y'all weren't listening.
He was just testing me. I passed.
Yeah, I have to keep J-Mac on his toes, make sure, see how drunk he really is on this episode.
Exactly.
I have not drank a thing except for 2 Cokes and a water, which is why we're going to have to hurry up and end this.
All right, I'm done. Uncle Slam.
Uncle Slam, you got anything to tell everybody?
No, sir. I'm about to fall asleep. I know that much. I'm tired. Shit, I've been up since 3 o'clock, so I'm
He
ready
really
for
is about tapped out.
That's
bed.
right.
Yeah, for real.
Guys, again, I appreciate you all being here. We also appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight to both shows. We want to shout out to Michael Zodiac, the Mad Taylor. He was an awesome guest, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, along with the other ones he plugged on there. Great guy, great guest. Thanks everybody on Twitch, YouTube. Things are blowing up on YouTube as far as like we just got 5 more followers in like the last couple of days. We're getting views on TikTok like crazy. We're getting followers on Facebook like crazy. Guys, we appreciate you all. We thank you all for being there for us, for supporting us. It's been, now I don't want to say a struggle because it's been fun. It's a lot of work and a lot of hard work, and these 2 other gentlemen know that too and everything. And I appreciate their friendships, everything they've done, sharing us out and shouting us out, because it wouldn't be possible if we all didn't come together as a community and just try to help each other. That's what it's all about. We've always said it on the other shows. It's a big pie. We can all have a little piece of it. So help each other out. And I guess we're going to get out of here and let you, well, as my grandpa used to say, I guess we're going to go to bed and let you good people get on home when he wanted people to leave his house.
Smart man. Smart man.
So I guess we're going to get on to bed and let you good people get on home. That referee's hit that 3 count, so let's ring that damn bell.